Good morning. I'm Bobby Robbins, president of the University of Arizona. Like many of you, I fell in love with the University of Arizona partially because of our bear down spirit and student athletes who exercise that determination each and every day. While we all miss watching our athletic events, we continue to support the academic success of our student athletes and cheer them on off the field. Dave Hickey, our Vice President and Director of Athletics, is here today to share some of those updates. Dave, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, Dr. Robbins. Thanks for having me, and it's good to be with you.
Yeah, well, it's good to be with you. I wish we were, sitting in Arizona Stadium having a conversation, looking out on the field. I love the videos that I've been seeing on TV about we miss you, and just remember, stay safe and just bear down. Those are very cool.
Yeah, it's great trying to stay engaged with folks, and we're going to come out of this someday, and it'll be, like you said, very enjoyable for us to be in our stadiums and arenas and cheer on our athletes, and really have that great pride for Arizona.
So, Dave, we've got about 500 student athletes. How are you and your athletic department supporting them remotely since they're away from campus?
Yes, certainly unprecedented times. We've got, like you say, nearly 500 student athletes. Just a little snapshot, we have 100 of those that are still in the greater Tucson area. We have a few that are still living on campus in the residential halls, some of our international student athletes. And then we have, another almost 400 scattered throughout the entire world, and trying to stay connected with them. First and foremost, primarily for their academic needs, so that they can finish strong here through the semester, be connected with our student athlete support system, with our academic support system, understand how to connect to the greater campus and to their professors, and so that all of this distance learning and online learning can be really successful and seamless for them. So that's what our staff has been very, very engaged in on that level, as well as trying to stay connected with them from a team perspective. So their coaches, having regular team meetings, having regular Zoom kind of chats. Our strength and conditioning department is sending out workouts so that our students can be active, can be trying to stay in shape and ready, so when they do come back to campus, that they're in a better position than they were, rather than just sitting around on the couch. It's just like many of the things we're all going through. We have mental health services for our student athletes, those that may be struggling, that want to reach out, just talk to someone. Those are available to them. We have nutritional suggestions for our student athletes, and we're sending that all through, electronically in different ways, through our social media platforms, through direct Zoom meetings with our student athletes, direct conversations with our coaches and with our team here in athletics. So it's a big task, and I'm really proud of what the group is doing in helping our student athletes to stay connected. And that's what we've been about, is about communication and connection. Those are the things we've centered around, is really over communicating and keeping people connected across the board and staying focused on the success of our students.
What about your staff, though, Dave? I mean, they're here in Tucson, but they're, for the most part, working virtually. What do you do? Because they have to maintain the daily operations of the department. What are you doing to stay connected to them and taking care of their well-being during this time?
Well, yeah, we have, over 200 employees who are working remotely, most from their homes right here in Tucson, staying connected, continuing the operation of our athletics program at a variety of levels. Our student athlete level, certainly, making sure that we're connected there, supporting our coaches and our programs, continuing to do the internal operational needs that are going on right now, preparing for the future as well. So a lot of activity, keeping people engaged. Everyone has work plans, and trying to stay focused on those to put us in a better place. But like our student athletes, again, it's back to that communication and connection. So we've maintained regular meetings with our staff throughout the week, regular staff meetings across the board with our unit manager, with our head coaches, with our executive team. Those are continuing to go on as scheduled through Zoom, but it's good to see each other's faces and stay on top of things that way. But also providing support for our staff, like those student athletes. We have regular chats with our staff every week, once a week, from our HR group, so that just, again, answering questions, sending people, providing resources in the right areas for them. We actually have staff yoga. So we do a yoga session for our staff. We have a fitness program that we've sent out, again, so that staff can get up and be active. We talk about strategies for working from home, working from remote sites, and some of the challenges that exist, whether you're alone as a single person just in your home, or you've got challenges and lots of activity with children or families or multiple people in your living arrangement. Those are all things that we're trying to help our staff work through, be as productive as we can be supportive, knowing that we're all going to come back together and be ready to roll when we all come back to our on campus. We can't wait for that day either. So, one thing I guess I'd say too is we have to be cognizant of when do we come back and begin to plan for that. So I think that's really been a focus for us lately. Let's begin to think about how to plan forward, how to re-engage and reactivate our processes and going back, turning this big machine back on. And that's not going to be a one-day affair. How do we manage and communicate and support our ticket holders and our fan base and our donors, but also how do we prepare our facilities and to bring our student athletes back in. And as you've said, Dr. Robbins, I think we need to think a little differently. We can't just do the same things. When we come out of this, there's going to be new demands and new challenges for us, especially in athletics, in a place where we gather together, large crowds, lots of interaction. We're going to have to be very aware of that.
That's great. I'm glad to hear about the yoga. I would love to be a guest leader of a yoga session. I'm a Bikram guy, so I'm a 104 degree kind of guy. So we would have to get everybody set up. But heck, I see this weekend it's going to be 100 degrees, so I could just do it outside, and everybody could do it in 104 degree temperature outside. So I look forward to participating with that. Tell me about the recent news in the NCAA vote that supported extending eligibility for spring sports student athletes because of this COVID-19 pandemic. That's exciting news.
It is exciting news. The membership voted, the membership of the NCAA voted to extend eligibility for those spring sport athletes that when their seasons were cut short this spring. Weren't able to really complete many sports hadn't even started yet. And again, the opportunity for those young people to come back and finish their careers, not only their athletic careers, but their academic careers. And so we were a strong supporter of that, as were you, Dr. Robbins. Our coaches were. Many around the country felt that was just the right thing to do for these young people. I'm pleased that our association and the NCAA has a mechanism where we can allow that to happen, that we can provide the campuses the choice of how to implement that. And, we're really proud to say that we are able to provide that financial aid, that athletic financial aid for those student athletes. Again, as I say, to come back and finish their athletic careers, which are incredibly important to these young people, but at the same time, really extend and advance their academic careers. Many of these student athletes will graduate and will have the opportunity to go on to pursue master's degrees, second majors. Again, as I say, extend that academic career here at Arizona, which will be so powerful for them in the future. It's hard for a student athlete. It's hard for any of us. And certainly this group of young people have kind of got a redo. And they're very appreciative of that and very thankful for that. But it's hard to just say, hey, it's going to end, and not be able to have one more huddle or to gather in the locker room and say, hey, that was our last game. Many of these young people, it's their last opportunity to play sport. And so it doesn't end on that kind of note where you're just on a bus and you were informed your season is over. We'll be able to gather together and cheer on these young people and look forward to a great year this next year for our spring sports and all of our student athletes.
Yeah, I enjoyed the segment Scott Van Pelt was running on senior night, on ESPN on his show, and it is kind of it's like the world just stopped for them. They didn't get a chance to win or lose on the court or the field. It just got taken away from them. So I'm really happy the NCAA at least gives them another opportunity to compete and get the outcome determined by their court and field playing and competition. So, Dave, I get asked every day, multiple times every day, about when is school going to start back. I think we're like 125 days away, less than 200 days from the U.S. presidential election. So time is moving quickly as we're all isolated here. And as you all know, we're going to test not only all student athletes, but all students, all faculty members, all staff members at the University of Arizona to see if we have antibodies and then try to put a mitigation strategy in, because until we get a vaccine, we can't all be safe. But there are all kind of potential ideas for bringing people back together to stadiums. I saw last night some racetrack in South Dakota, a dirt track that holds 4,000 people in the stands, are going to allow a limited number of 700 so that you can have proper social distancing. So everybody, the idea of having all of Major League Baseball played in the state of Arizona, there are all kind of ideas going on. I just can't see that we're going to be playing football in Arizona Stadium in the fall. I mean, the mayor of Los Angeles came out recently and said no concerts, no athletic events in the city of Los Angeles until at least 2021. So what's the latest you're hearing? I mean, none of us know the answer to any of this stuff, except we are planning to have our students back on campus face-to-face in the fall. What are you hearing from the other ADs in the Pac-12 and around the country about what's next for football?
Well, it's very uncertain and lots of hypotheticals. As you say, a lot of talk out there about different ways that we can come back to sport, re-engage. We've been a leader in our conference at the Pac-12 among the Power 5 conferences in beginning to plan for football, beginning to look at models that could work. That may be a traditional start in September. I think we're all hopeful for something like that. But like you said, until we have, excellent testing, that we understand the ramifications of what we have in front of us and how we would have to manage large crowds. Not only the crowds, but let's not forget the pocket of people that are there to support the teams. Yes, the players, the coaches, the support staff, the extended staff that would be necessary to put on events. So lots of talk about no fans at events. I don't know if that really fits. If you have college football and there's no fans, we certainly want to make sure that our campuses are open when we go back to bringing people into our stadiums. But those models are out there. We've talked about condensing the football season so that it could maybe start at a later date and condense and still conclude in a more traditional way with year-end bowl games or the playoffs for the national championship. Talked about actually moving into a spring, a late winter or spring. So that would be quite a spring filled with sports. But as you can imagine, the layers of that, we're talking about NHL, NBA, the National Football League, NASCAR, college sports, all coming together, trying to schedule events, television ramifications to that. So a lot of moving parts. And but I guess I'd go back to where you started. A couple things. One, we've got to be safe. We have to know what is ahead of us. We have to be able to test and understand the numbers in front of us. I'm hopeful that sport, as it has traditionally in times of crisis, can be a great rallying point when we go forward. We can get back together as a society, as a country, and really celebrate what's terrific about that. And one of those is sport, but a big part of that is our ability to be together with each other and enjoy each other's company.
Yeah, well, Dave, thanks for joining me today. I know people will enjoy hearing your comments from the video, but thank you for everything you're doing to lead. I know it's been a tough week last week because of the furlough program that was instituted, but I just want to thank you and all the members of the athletic department for being such an important part of the University of Arizona.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Robbins. We're proud to be a part of this university, and we look forward to the future with a great anticipation.
Yeah, well, we're going to get through this. I'm confident of that. We'll work through it. Hopefully, the next few months, we'll get more clarity around what the sports world and more importantly, the academic world looks like, because these are students first, of course. And I'm just so happy to hear how you're taking care of our athletes as they're remotely learning and disconnected from their teammates in the university campus. But again, thank you for all that you're doing, and for everyone in athletic department for all they do to support the great university. So I'll be back again next time with another tremendous university leader. We're blessed to have so many great leaders, so many great staff and faculty members at this university. But just remember, stay safe, stay isolated until we say the coast is clear. And you're going to see some more news about the testing we're going to be doing. We're going to get that rolling probably as early as next week, but certainly in the first couple of weeks of May. We look forward to engaging with the entire Wildcat family, and certainly hope that many will volunteer to take the test and learn about their status in this terrible pandemic. So stay safe, stay isolated, and always remember to bear down.